today?
Good. How are you doing,
Good,
sir?
good. Is there anything I can help you with?
Yes, I actually wanted to see what are the requirements in order to buy a gun.
Alrighty. Well, before anything, I would like to recommend this little thing right here. It's a class for 2 hours, $60 per person. It's very informative. You get to learn a lot of things about guns, the responsibilities that comes with it. Because when you buy a gun, it's not like you can just go out there and start shooting people out of nowhere. You got to know the responsibilities that comes with it, you know, and all the requirements and all those things. But if you're ready to purchase a gun, all I need is your driver's license. This will allow you to take a test, which is only $25. Comes with 30 questions, asking about guns and the things that you know. This will allow you to either, if you pass this test, this will allow you to either buy a rifle, pistol, or a shotgun.
Okay.
After this,
How old
yeah,
are you supposed to be in order to buy a handgun?
21 years old.
Okay.
21 years old, yes.
And
And
how
if you're
about
trying to
the-
attend to the class, if you're under 21 years old, you need to have your parent with you.
Okay.
But if you're 21 years old, you're good to go.
Okay.
Yes. Like I was saying, after you take this test, if you pass, you would just have to pay $35 for a background check. And after that background check, we just need to do a process of 10 days. After those 10 days, you can come back and purchase a gun. This will give you a permit to buy a gun, not to carry a gun. To
Okay.
buy a gun for 5 years. This permit will be for 5 years. You can go out there, buy a gun however you want. But like I said, it's only to buy the gun, not to carry a gun.
Okay, just to keep it like at home.
Yes, for safety reasons, or
Safety,
yes,
self-defense.
of course, yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're
sir.
very
I'm gonna
welcome.
come back.
Essa bola vai rolar, mundo é um tapete verde. Quando a bola chega lá, coração fica
All
na
right, can you tell us a
rede.
little about yourself?
Sure, my name is Rebecca Baguette. I'm originally from Texas. I'm 25 years old, and I am living here now because my husband's in the Air Force.
Awesome, awesome. Are you pro or against guns?
I am pro guns
All right.
with an asterisk.
Okay. So what do you think about the Second Amendment?
So again, I'm from Texas, so I really like my guns, and I am very, very pro carry. However, I do think background checks should be enforced so that not just anyone can go get a gun. I think that it is something that every American has a right to, but at the same time, as our fellow Americans, we have the right to keep everyone safe. So, like I said, background checks.
Background checks. All right. Can you tell us a little something about yourself?
Yeah, well, my name is Ricardo Moya. I live in Richmond, California, and I'm 21 years old.
All right, Ricardo. What do you think about the Second Amendment?
Well, I mean, Second Amendment has good and bad to it. To each is their own. If they want to own a gun, so be it. But as long as they're using it for the right reasons, not just trying to shoot anybody as soon as they step on like their front lawn, like in some other parts, I think Texas or something. And you know, as long as it's used for the right reasons, go for it. If not, then don't
So you
really.
think everyone should be allowed to own a gun?
I wouldn't say anybody, but then it'll be contradicting to those who can and can't, or you know, who are there and not there mentally, because you know everybody has to defend themselves some way, somehow.
Who's that? Go away. Drop that. Go away.
Chris Brown, set it up.
Oh, feeling crazy. The moon is up. The night is hazy. Let's get
Hey guys, so I'm Joseph. Today we're going to be here with Mr. John, a 23-year-old male, and Jan, a 30-year-old male as well, debating about the benefits and disadvantage of owning a gun. John, can you tell us your views on the gun control, please?
Well, Joseph, guns in general are just not safe at all. And even though, you know, people with clean backgrounds can come in and buy a gun, they're just, you can't, you know, those people are inexperienced. Like, they can be inexperienced adults, and you know, they wherever they leave their gun around their house, like, you know, their kid can come in and find it, and then, you know, the stats on you know, children that, you know, kill themselves by like, you know, carelessness with a gun, you know. They're pretty high, and you know, accidental discharges can happen also. You know, they're just really not safe. And
I believe that the accidents that happen with children because of the carelessness of the owners of the handguns, it's not like candy that you could just go one day and buy a gun. You have to go through background check, you have to wait a waiting period. And also there's training. You have to lock your handgun in a case and have the ammunition put away. So the children either found the way of the ammunition and handgun and put it together.
This lady, she had just come out of work, and she got raped and killed. A lot of people think that if she had a gun with her in her pocket or something, that would have helped her, and she would still be alive. What do you think about that, John?
well, there are safer alternatives for self-defense than shooting people with a gun. She could have had a taser on her. Taser, you know, shoot that at the guy and he'll be paralyzed on the ground. Pepper spray. You know, there's just in general safer alternatives and, you know, less killing involved.
I believe if a gun was involved, she would have been alive still. Maybe she would have shot a warning shot when the guy broke into the window and was struggling. The warning shot would have held. Maybe shot in the leg. You don't technically have to kill the person, but
I think that'll
to
help.
minimize the threat level would have
Nice.
the handgun.
So last but not least, what are your thoughts on carrying a gun in public?
Well, if you carry a gun in public, it's going to cause panic. You know, police also, they can't identify it as, like, if, you know, somebody's just walking around with a gun, you know, they can't identify if the person's just like, you know, walking around with a unloaded gun, loaded, whatever. You know, he's gonna look dangerous, and, you know, people are gonna see him, get panicked, and then just turn into a bad situation.
I believe the citizens should carry their handguns, but the ammunition and handguns should be in separate locations. Like the handgun could be on the left side and the clip could be inside their pocket or a separate holster. And people shouldn't be afraid of persons with handguns, because if you see a police officer, they have their handguns around.
We were victims of the night, the chemical, physical kryptonite. Helpless to the base and the fading light.